Okay, guys. So as we did panel discussion yesterday, today's topic is debating. Okay, we are taking up the soft skill of debating today. Uh, what we'll do is we'll put five people on one side, which they will be in favor. Five people will be against the topic. Okay. Then what we'll do is that all the five will do the discussion on one side. All the five from the other side will do the discussion. Just make sure that there will be a leader on each side. Okay. So if the leader speaks, the team has to give them a chance to continue from there. Okay. One more thing, audience, you need to be engaged. You need to be writing the points you don't agree with, to which you can counter once the debate is over. Is that clear? The debate will start at 9:12 or 9:15, whatever time we find right after the introductions, and the debate will continue for 15 minutes. Is that clear? The debate from the time it starts, I'll notify, will continue for 15 minutes. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. Now, the topic we are taking up for today for the debate is all humans should be vegetarian. As we see that the percentage of the population of the world is turning vegetarian during the recent times, uh, this is a topic which can come up for a discussion because people and celebrities or the icons, youth icons like, is my voice clear? Okay, like Virat Kohli, there Anushka Sharma, there are many people who are turning vegetarian. Okay, and they have the right proteins, they have the right diet, and it is not eating non-veg is not affecting their body in any manner and their performance. So let's see how this discussion goes ahead. I want people to raise hand who are in favor of the topic. That okay, who are very clear that humans should turn vegetarian. Please raise hand. Okay, I can see few hands here. Nice. Vani, Pragya, Asta, Ishita, Priyanshu. Okay. So others can take up a chance in the team which is against the topic. Now, guys, the people who are, I hope there are five people now: Vani, Pragya, Astha, Ishita, and Priyanshu. So these are the five people who are going in favor of the topic that humans should turn vegetarian. All humans should turn vegetarian. Now I want five people who are against the topic. Preksha doesn't want to go against the topic. Okay, Niharika, you should need to check your internet. I hope you have the right audio. No, I
Yes.
can. Yes, you have it. You have it. Okay, fine. Yashvi Seth. Okay. Vishti, Sanjay. I'm putting Sanjay in every discussion because it will balance things. I know that he'll do it well, but I am just putting him so that it balances. Okay, because the other side can end up because Ishita and Vani are there on the other side as well, and Asta is also there. So let's see how it goes this time. Okay, so we have Niharika, we have Yashvi, we have Muskan, we have Sanjay, four, and we have Vishti. We have five people already, right? Yes? Okay, great. The team which is against the topic, please start your introduction one by one. Okay, let's do one thing. One person from the team in favor and one person on the team which is against the topic will go on with their introductions. Okay, so Sanjay will be the leader from the side which is against the topic. And who are there in the favor? We have Asta, Pragya, Vani, Ishita, Priyanshu. Priyanshu's internet I am not sure of. Okay, so Ishita is taking the charge for the team which is in favor of the topic. Okay, from here. Okay, nice. Let's see how it goes. Yes, the team which is against the topic, the leader, please, you guys start with your introductions first. So the team which is against, Sanjay, you need to start, then Ishita, then you will tell who from your team will follow.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Sanjay Joshi. I'm born and brought up in a small city, Pathankot, Punjab.
and I am a third-year student of Bachelor's of Science in Hospitality and Hotel Administration from the reputed Institute of Hotel Management, Gurdaspur. I would like
Hello.
Ishita to please follow.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Ishita. I was born and brought up in Hisar, Haryana. Currently, I'm studying in class 12th, pursuing humanities stream.
Okay. Sanjay, who is coming from your team to continue from your? Okay, you are from your mobile phone, I think. Niharika, please go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Sanjay, please write the name of the people who are in your team so that you can take charge accordingly because you are the leader. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Niharika, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Niharika Singh. I was born in Rajasthan and brought up in Delhi and Dehradun. Currently, I'm pursuing my 11th grade, pursuing science stream from Venkateshwar International School, and I would like to pass on to Astha.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Asta Shah. I'm born and brought up in Mumbai. I'm currently pursuing arts from Mirabai College of Arts and Commerce in FIGC.
Okay, a bit loud from the next time, Asta, in the debate. Your sound is not coming. Yes, your voice not. Yes, next, Asta. Okay, Muskan.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Mustan Bhutani. I was born and brought up in Rishikesh and currently in Gurgaon. I'm currently pursuing a company secretary professional course. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Pragya.
Hello everyone, my name is Pragya Jain. I was born and brought up in Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. I am currently pursuing B Pharmacy from NCRD Sterling Institute of Pharmacy.
Okay. Vishti.
Hello everyone, my name is Vishti Singh. I was born and brought up in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. I am a second year student pursuing BCom Honors from IEHE Bhopal.
Okay. Vani.
Hello everyone, my name is Vani Bansal. I'm 20 years old. I was born and raised in Delhi. Currently, I'm pursuing BTech in Computer Science from Bharati Vidyapeeth College of Engineering, Delhi.
Yashvi Seth.
Hello everyone, my name is Yashi and I was born and brought up in Mumbai. I'm currently studying in first year of BCom from HR College of Commerce. Thank you.
Okay, just be a bit loud, Yashvi, when you do the discussion, when you do the debate, because your voice will not come clearly, okay?
Okay.
Okay, yes. Who is left? So I think 4 people are done from the other side.
Yeah.
Yes, Priyanshu, go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Priyanshu Verma and I'm born and brought up in Balia and currently I'm pursuing my BCom honors from BHU, Varanasi.
Okay, please put your screen off, Priyanshu. Your voice will come more clearly. Okay, from the team which is against the topic, I think there's one person left. Who's left from a team? Muskan is done, Yashvi is done, Sanjay is done, Vishti is done, Niharika, no one is left. Okay, fine. We started with the team again. Okay, so guys, I'm giving you, right now the time is 9:17. The discussion will start at 9:18 by the team which is against the topic. If the team which is against the topic wants to start just right now, they can. The timing of the conclusion, the final time when the discussion will end, will be 9:38 to be specific. If you want, you guys can start.
Okay, so I would like to start the debate. So our topic is I'm speaking on games that all people should not be vegetarian, because I think that no one can be vegetarian in this world. I have some of the points which I can prove. If we talk about the food web, in a food web, a plant synthesizes their own food with the process of photosynthesis. They take minerals from the soil, they take sunlight from the sun and water, obviously. So animals live on plants, that is right, but no one can picturize that plants do also live on animals. If we talk about the soil from which the plants take nutrients, that soil is it's made by the dead of the plants and both the animals. So the nutrients are also taken from the body of the animals also. So I would say that no one can be vegetarian in this world.
I want to actually contradict to what Sanjay said. Plants, I totally agree that plants take their nutrition from the dead and decaying animals. Like we have various plants like mushrooms, which mainly grow on dead and decaying animals. So I think so they don't kill animals. They take their nutrients from the animals which are already dead.
I would like to just say in this thing that when you see animals as well, they also eat animals. Okay. So from a kind that it is a food web which is going on and it can't be continued if the humans become vegetarian completely. So it's a food process. It's a cycle of life which has to go on. And that's why all of the people can't become vegetarian because then there'll be too many animals. We'll face the problems as well.
Well,
Totally
answering
agreed
to
with the
Vish-
Vishti's
answering to
point.
Vishti. Go on, Muskan.
Totally agreed with the Vishti's point that if we talk about non-veg, basically meat or beefs, these are part of a healthy diet also because they contain natural proteins, amino acids, or various types of nutrients, which is actually not provided in vegetarian food because many of the vegetarian foods are also saturated and artificially treated, which we are called like organic or something, but actually they're somewhere not organic at all.
I want to add to what I want to contradict what Muskan said because various animals are injected with drugs and also to grow unnatural fats, and it is not a healthy source as per it
Also,
because
putting up a scientific point, I will say our body is acidic and we need alkaline food to balance our body. But by consuming animal fats, we are providing it more acidic nature. So it is very harmful for us if we only live on meat. And also, adding another point, we humans dwell on whatever we receive
I
from
would
nature
like
and we are selfish. I won't appeal, please let me finish. I won't appeal to all of you by saying that we kill animals or we do violence, but recently we all are concerned about climate change. And you all will be very concerned if I tell you that over 15% of our greenhouse emissions are due to the livestock that is brought up by people for meat trading.
I would like to
Another
contradict.
point. Can I go ahead, Sanjay?
Sure, Niharika, sure.
Thank you. Adding a point or a new dimension, I would say, from the opposition side, I would like to state that traditions may have to change if people want to be vegetarians. I'll give you an example. I have a Christian friend named Jonathan, and if we need to go to his house for Thanksgiving or Christmas, some of the parents who are Hindus, they don't allow because they know our generation. We are rebellious. So they think that we will go and eat beef or turkey, which we won't obviously do because knowing that we are faithful to our religion, even my mother does not allow me sometimes to go because she thinks I will eat beef. I wanting to eat for a long time, but she doesn't allow me to. So I don't think that it is worth becoming a vegetarian if you need to change your traditions, change your values that your family follows, just for the sake that everyone is doing it or your idols or influencers are doing it.
I would
I'd also like to add another dimension that by saying
Wait. I would like to add something so that the discussion goes more fluent.
Hmm.
When you are debating, it is debate, right? I have told you this before as well. Learn it and do it now. You will only be able to debate and bring fruitful results. You guys will counter each other's point. Muskan, I think you are on the same side on which Niharika is. You don't have to add a point. Vani, you said 2-3 points together, whether it was answer to Sanjay or it was climate change or it was emission. Okay. The point is simple. What you need to understand is you have to answer back an individual and then add a point. That is how this debate goes ahead. Okay. That is when the fight comes in. And that fight is important in a debate. Then only you will be able to reach a conclusion on which side we lie. Okay. Niharika talked about religion. Anyone from the other side, from the team which is in favor, who wants to take forward, please do.
I think it sounds like, Niharika, you just want to be rebellious. That's why you want to eat beef. Like it sounds like that. you said that are changing, and change will come like with time. I think if we are rebellious, it's not always important to be rebellious in everything. I think we should sometimes respect their boundaries, and sometimes we should respect what they think. I think your mother doesn't allow you to eat beef. It's fine. It's her point. I think you just want to eat beef because you want to be that you want to have that tag of being rebellious every time. I think it's not worth it. As Vani said, that we are being selfish. That's not always good.
I don't agree to what Ishita said. Ishita, actually, Niharika was just trying to justify her by saying that everyone follows their own religion and they don't have to change it. She was not being rebellious there that she wants to eat beef or something. She just gave an example about it. So when she's talking about that, she's saying that Christians eat meat, right? Christians eat non-vegetarian foods. So it is not compulsory for them to change their religion for being vegetarian now. That was her point of view. And
I would like to ask something. Okay, please complete your point.
Yeah, I would just like to add in there. Yes, you can maybe call it being selfish, but the point is that we are not being selfish by ourselves, right? If something is actually benefiting others as well, then it is not selfish. If a life pattern is going on with the process of eating vegetarian and non-vegetarian food together, then it is actually correct and it is not wrong. Yes, Mani.
Vishti, I will like to ask you something. Keeping the religion outside our debate, I will ask, do you agree that a non-vegetarian lifestyle will help our ecosystem?
Yeah, it will help out our ecosystem, because if you will only eat vegetarian food, then there will be a shortage of plants and there will be more animals. It has to be a balance between both of them, right?
I think
and to add on
wait,
the point.
Wait, Sanjay, wait. Yes, let's make it a debate. Yes, good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go money counter.
I have a counterpoint. Can I go ahead, Ishita?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1 minute. When a debate is going on between two people, the other person from the team leader will only come in the middle when the team member is just out of the debate. He doesn't have an answer. Okay, and you can see it on their face. That is how a leader has to decide. Okay, and a team has to decide. Yes, go ahead, Vani.
I have a counterpoint, Vishti. I'll say currently we have over 1.5 billion cows. We have over 1 billion pigs, and all are being brought up as livestock for meat. We need space to keep them. You know how much area of land is wasted for the grazing and creating a pasture. I'll tell you around the same size as the continent of Africa. So we are not creating a balance. We are even taking more away from nature and disrupting the whole cycle.
Look, I think that when we mention this point, we are saying all people should be vegetarian. Okay, so we are not only talking about the major part of it, we are talking all about it. Okay, when we talk about plants as well, they also need place to grow, right? So we are taking space for that as well, and we are taking space for keeping animals as well. When it comes to overstocking something, when it comes to using something, that is when it goes wrong. But we can't say that everyone has to be vegetarian to grow a lifestyle, because it can only grow when both people are balanced properly.
I would like to say just one thing, that before humans came into the cycle of our whole ecosystem, it was going quite well, because we had the ability to change some things. What happened is that we are kind of disrupting it, or we can say corrupting it, with all our scientific methods that we use, because it's literally unethical.
I don't agree to what Asta said, because when before we came into the picture, it was still going on the same way, that people, like animals, were eating animals, right? That's how the cycle goes.
Yeah,
and if we can say,
Asta, just 1 point, Vishti. Asta, do you remember the Stone Age? Over there, people used to eat animals daily, and they were quite healthy.
I would just like to correct you there. It was like first they were eating plants and fruits. When they ran out of that, they had none of the other options. Then they evolved to eating animals. And one more thing I would like to say is that sometimes what happens is that in some places that are unauthorized to sell meats and poultry stuff, what happens is there are a lot of diseases that are spreading. And okay, so I was saying that when an unauthorized place that is not, that kind of neat and clean and do not follow the process, what happens is it's like a big process to, process the whole meat. So what happens is that a lot of diseases are spreading, especially HIV, Ebola, and also influenza. And that's why people are getting, affected by it. And one
Well,
important
Astha,
is COVID-19 a part of it.
well, Astha, it is our choice where we want to buy it from, because some places are hygienic
Niharika, I
and
would
some
just like
places
to
are not.
counter what Astha said. Astha, where you mentioned that before, like in the Stone Age, people started eating meat when they ran out of plants. It was not like that. They had a lifestyle to eat animals only, and they ate almost everything. So that's how the lifestyle did, right? And adding the point, when you added the point that there are chemicals now, that everything now, before also they were eating animals, right? And today also we are doing that. We have to.
I would like to
I
take
want
this
to
point
add.
I would
ahead
like to
after
contradict.
this. I would like to take this point ahead from Asta's side, that I know she was a bit wrong about the fact, but people started eating with animals, but then after they discovered plants, that there was something like plants, and after that they also discovered the fact that eating plants were more healthier and gave them more. Actually, our society started from there. When people started having societies, they started growing agriculture. The
Ishita,
agriculture.
can I
Ishita,
add something?
Ishita,
Yeah, so we
don't
all
you
have
think that
studied
we
the
are
food pyramid, I'll say. And at that time, we are talking about Stone Age now. We all know the population at that point. Now we are over 7 billion. We are on the top of the food cycle, And with increasing population, our demand for resources is increasing. Human is an entity that wants to grow infinitely with finite resources. And with increasing population, the illegal trade for meat is on its peak right now. I guess you all know the largest slaughterhouse in Asia is situated in India. And if you talk about cities like Ghaziabad, the most amount of illegal trade of meat happens there overnight.
I would like to contradict to Ishita and Vani, whatever you said. As Ishita said that non-vegetarian diet is not healthy and plant diet is a healthier one. I would like to contradict that, as non-veg diet has a lot of zinc, iron, and vitamin B, which is very important for the boost up of the human body. And if we talk about the vegetarian diet, it is no doubt it is there in the green leaves, dark green vegetables, but it is very difficult if we talk about the scientific way to absorb that vitamins into our body. So many people have
Sanjay,
problems. Many people have problems. Let me complete, Ishita. So many people have problems like that. So they used to take extra supplements for the same. So I would say that non-vegetarian diet is important with the vegetarian diet as also. So there should be a diet. And to put an extra point into it, I would just like to say, Priyanshu, may I just put my point first?
Go ahead. Keep on continuing. Talk.
Okay. If I talk about, there is a fish emulsion. Okay. So if we see that animals eat plants, that is not. That plants also eat animals, because if we give an example of fish emulsion, it is an organic concentrate, organic fertilizer, which is used nowadays in most of the farming. That because the fish emulsion it is a lot in amino acid, which gives a nitrogen boost to the plants. So I think that no one can be vegetarian, and this non-veg diet is also very important. So yes, I would like
answering to Sanjay's point.
I want to
I'll
contribute
answer
to
to
what
Sanjay's
Sanjay
point
said. Can I
that
go ahead?
Let's give a chance to Priyanshu, as he hasn't spoken yet.
Go ahead, Priyanshu. Nishita, you need to give chance to your team.
Can I, Ishita?
Yes, please.
Yes, I want to tell Sanjay that meat-based diet has also cholesterol and fats too, which is not healthy. And vegetarian diet, as per studies, has reduced the incidence of cancer up to 50% and also lowers the risk of metabolism syndrome. So this proves that vegetarian diet is more important than non-veg.
Contradicting to what Priyanshu said, it depends on the quantity and quality of the meat that you eat. If you'll keep on eating chicken 3 times a day, obviously you will get diseases, and the quality also matters. If you eat it once in a while, yes, nothing will happen to you. And Vani, you said about resources, right? We are 7 billion people on the planet. Don't you think we need every resource that we have to keep alive?
I think we need resources, but we should utilize resources. We should not exploit the resources. There's a difference between the two.
Well, to be very
Ishita,
honest,
I would like to
think
say-
we are all giving excuses for our taste buds. Meat is not necessary for living. We have plant-based substitutes that are very popular in the market for people who are turning vegan. And just today I read about it. People are not going for them. We are having a choice, and it is a very good substitute. So, what is the excuse of continuing with a non-vegetarian lifestyle?
There is
As
no
Ishita
excuse.
said,
Sanjay,
yes,
go
please
ahead.
go,
It's
please.
okay.
Yes,
Okay,
we have.
okay. So Ishita, as you said that we should utilize the resources, I would say that if there is excess number of poultry, if there is excess number of fish stock, so they have also a life for a minimal stage. So we should also utilize that resources. And I would just say, if everyone would be vegetarian, that will a lot of pressure on the soil. That will be a lot of pressure on the land to grow that much of life, that much of plants and vegetables for the human beings, for the people who eat that. So that will also the discretion of the utilization. No? So I would like, please carry on.
And Vani, I would just like to contradict to what Vani said. Yes, there are substitutes available, but first of all, I would just like to add in there that they are not that affordable for people because they're actually very, very expensive. First thing. Second thing, we have substitutes, and it's not a reason to just have our taste buds feel better. No, it is important for the diet of the people. Okay, and especially some people who who do gyms and everything, they need high protein, which is available completely in the non-vegetarian food. First point. Second thing is that
we have many examples of. Well, we have an example of many people who have switched to vegan or vegetarian diet. For example,
they have. It
just
is important.
like Professor said, Virat Kohli.
I am a national level football player and I need meat in my diet. Yes, you know what? My coach says that you need it. And okay, I love cricket. I watch Virat Kohli, but what is in front of the camera isn't always true. And most of the vegetarian diets need supplements. For example, the young children. For example, a 10-year-old who's a vegetarian, he will need to have Pediasure. But on the other hand, a non-vegetarian would not need to have it because of the less proteins. You will say that there are rice, there are dals, but no, there is not sufficient amount of protein. If I will eat 1 plate of chicken or mutton, I would have to eat 2 plates of dal rice to, combine the amount of protein that I need for my daily exercise.
That is how a balanced diet should be.
I would say, Vani, I would just give an example. A human being have 1 stomach, right? And a cow has 4 stomachs. Do you know what is the reason behind that? A cow has 4 stomachs because the plants have a lot of cellulose in their diet, and that food is not digestible easily. So the cow needs in his intestines that in its intestine that 4 stomachs to digest it. So I would say, in comparison to animals, that animals' fats and animals' nutrients are more easily digestible to the body. So yes.
So Sanjay, that's in the case of grass, to be particular, or to be specific, that's in the case of grass. When you're talking about the 4 stomachs, we have also read it in our sciences that it is basically because the main diet of the cow is the grass, and it needs a lot of time to get digested. And when we talk about the digestion, that is the main point why we should not eat non-vegetarian food, because it's not good for our digestive system. It takes more time to be digested as compared to other vegetarian foods.
Well, I have studied a little about farming, and you'll like to know that there are over 1,000 of species of plants that can be cultivated for food, but we humans grow only about 200 of them. So if livestock is taking a part of area that is as big as Africa, we can surely grow many more plants and fulfill the hunger of all the people on the planet.
Well, Vani, did you think that farmers would have so much technique to grow all of the species that you just said? There must be a reason why we are growing only 200 of them, because as you said, we do not have all the resources that we need to utilize everything that we can do. So right now, I think that the farmers are doing the best with what they have.
Well, recently, did you study about? I am really sorry, I don't remember the name of the country, but people slaughtered around more than, I guess, 200 whales to complete a ritual, and they consume the meat. So you are saying we don't have resources to grow so many plants, but do you think that people are going to the side of killing animals like this? And yesterday also I read in news that over 250 rhino horns were burnt by police officers to stop the illegal trade. So this is what we humans have started to.
Yeah, but that is the point. It was illegal. One thing I would like to mention here, Vani, is that if you just keep on, being a vegetarian, you also have to focus on the food, what the animals will eat. So when when you have to grow something for the human, you'll also have to grow something for the animals as well, because then that won't make a balance. At the end, I would just like to conclude by saying that we both mentioned the points of how the people should be vegetarian and not vegetarian. But what I think is that there should be a balance between both of them. Half people can be vegetarian as per their choice, and half people can be non-vegetarian as per their choice.
Okay. So we'll take up questions from the audience.
Sir,
Before that-
I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but like the proposition side, they did not conclude.
Yeah. I don't want both sides to conclude for now. I let the questions come in from the audience, and then we'll see if a conclusion is needed, because you are discussing a topic which cannot in reality be concluded. Okay, so let's take up the audience first and see what they want to say about it. Sahil has a question and he has already raised hand, so let's take his question.
I have a question of Priyanshu. He said that animals are given drugs. So what about plants being sprayed pesticides? Are they healthy?
Can you repeat once again, Sahil?
You please put your screen
you
off.
said that.
One second. Please put your screen off, Priyanshu. I have told you thrice, I think. We won't be able to hear you. Yes, Sahil, please repeat your question now.
You said that animals are given drugs. So even pesticides are sprayed on plants, which we eat. So is that healthy for you?
It is not healthy, but we know that we can put it in baking soda and we can remove that pesticides very easily. So I think you got it. It can be very easily removed.
But as Niharika said, that the percentage matters. So even for the meat, the percentage does matter, and I don't think that anyone would impose a lot of the percent of drugs so that it would be harmful for us.
Okay.
Human being nowadays has been turned very, you can say, selfish. They want more profit in their business, and for gaining more profit, they are using that drugs or injections to grow unnatural fats so that they can gain a large amount of profit with their meat produce.
Okay, so if you take like for example, if you take mangoes, so these days in the summer vacation, mangoes are coming really bad. So isn't that selfish? Like because of they want to make more profit, they are using chemicals and all.
But it is not as selfish because we are not killing anyone. But we are not killing any animal, or we are not harming any animal.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so as it is said that it is a principle of nature that killing living beings is not acceptable. Then what are plants? They aren't they living? You're killing them.
Actually, yes, we are okay. But you think that somebody you are saying that what the mental condition of the animals, what they are going through. Somebody is going to kill you, eat you, and you are in a cage with people all over you, and you are seeing your companions being killed. You know what mental conditions they are going through. They are inhuman treatment given to them, which is not very nice. We talk about every time that our mental health is this, and we should see our mental condition. But we should also not be that much selfish that we ignore that selfish.
Well, if you say this point, then selfish also matters for veg too.
Okay. Okay. No. Ishita, you can't enter that discussion. Question is addressed to one person. That one person will answer. That is what will teach that one person. Otherwise, the other can answer well, right? Okay, Priyanshu. Okay. Sahil, I just want to ask you a question because I remember your day one at Gen Z program in 7 o'clock. How you were speaking. How are you feeling different today?
Great. Actually, I have gained some confidence. So yeah.
Yeah, because
it has helped me a lot.
You are not stammering. Your face is looking confident. I am shocked.
Actually, I wanted to speak in this debate.
Yeah, I saw you, but I wasn't able to give you a chance. I was waiting for you to raise hand on the other side as well. So guys, whenever you come in a debate, try to raise hand on both sides. Okay? It's more that you get a chance. Because when you speak on the side in which you don't trust or believe, at that time you learn to speak better. Okay? Because there your voice has to play up card as well. Okay, Rhythm has a question for someone. Yeah, Rhythm, you want to have a word with Sahil as well? I think you wrote in the chat box.
Yes, I wanted to answer Sahil's question. Sahil, can you please repeat your question so that I can take the point in more clearly?
Okay, I am unmuting him. Guys, please introduce yourself before Sahil. Please introduce yourself. You missed it. And
hi, my name is Sahil Vaidya. I was born and brought up in Mumbai. Currently, I am a second-year journal-based student from Thakur College of Science and Commerce, Mumbai. Yeah. So talking about the question, I said that animals are being given drugs. So isn't that pesticides are being sprayed on plants too?
Rhythm, your introduction.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rhythm. I was born in Himachal Pradesh and brought up in New Delhi. I study BSc Physical Science with Chemistry in Bhagni Vivedta College, Delhi University. So, Sahil, your question about pesticides and drug, I understand this, but I wanted to answer your other question, which was like violence. That isn't killing plants also an act of violence? You also said this, didn't you?
Yeah.
You said this. So why vegetarianism was promoted was because killing plants is the most peaceful way of killing someone. Because when someone has to eat, they have to eat something or something else. It is said that if you eat plants, it is much more peaceful than how you eat than killing animals. Because of this, it helps in keeping a person's mind and body calm because there is less use of violence when a person eats. When a person consumes less violence, then his mind will likely be more calm.
Yeah, so I will add on. So what Rhythm said is 1000% right. Yes, I'm a non-vegetarian, first of all, just to clearing that doubt. I think what she said is absolutely right because there is a very famous theory which is written over negativity and positivity of eating food. If you guys haven't read, you should read that. If you go on Google, you'll find it. Okay. So it is written by some professor from Europe. Okay. From London, if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure of the location of the person. He says that when you kill any animal and when that animal cries, the vibe, the negativity goes inside the flesh which we eat. And that negativity somewhere travels inside us. That negativity and positivity is some concern which people raised and studied over to find a solution to, but they're still on research because the next paper is yet to come out. So what she tried to say was that negative and positive point. I hope, Rhythm, I'm catching it right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that positive and negative point is somewhere a concern when you say as a answer that animals are also living beings. So if we are killing them, that is also wrong. It is somewhere saying that there is no solution to this certain problem. The only solution to this is that we become soil by not eating anything. Right? Because if you can't kill animals, if you can't kill plants, what else are we left with to eat? Right? That's the question which we have around. Okay.
So can I say something?
Yes, please.
So you said that that animals cry and the negativity comes in us. So the plants don't have they can't scream. So how can we assume that that by killing them, their negativity can't come in us?
Okay, because according to the written facts, there is no proven theory that they can feel or that thing get transferred to us. That's the biggest point. Okay. And one more thing, I don't know how much you know about it, and I am not a science student, so I won't go into the technicalities of the subject. But when I asked the same question to myself and went to research this, I found out that sun plays an integral role in this. Animals don't absorb the sunlight as any ingredient to their structures, but plants do, which somewhere kills down their negativity. I would like to put a full stop there if that has answered your question, Sahil. Yes? Can we put a full stop there? Okay. Okay. Don't think of me as any like sir or someone that whom you cannot debate to. You can if you want to, but that was just a logical point I wanted to put across. Okay, Rhythm, I'll give a chance to someone else because you already have a debate with Sahil.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So next question is coming from Mehak Jain. Let me see who has to answer this question.
Okay, my name is Mehak Jain. I was born in Madhya Pradesh and brought up in Mumbai. Currently, I'm studying commerce. I'm in 12th standard. So my question is to Vishti and Sanjay. Vishti mentioned that if we don't kill animals or don't eat them, there will be too many animals on the planet. And Sanjay said that if we don't consume them, there will be too much pressure on the soil to produce plants. But there are also many artificial manufacturing, or we can say artificial poultry, which are manufacturing or producing other animals, and that is to supply the demand which people have. So how would you justify your sentence?
Yeah. Sanjay, can I go first?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Mehak, I also mentioned in my point that it is very important to have a balance between both. We are not saying that illegal poaching and illegal, import of animals is a right thing, but also if you stop it completely, that will go wrong. So that is the whole point, that yes, eating animals is not a bad thing, but if we exploit them and if we, do all of that which you mentioned, that will come wrong. But if we make a balance between them and if we use them properly, it is a good thing.
And as you said, that we are using artificial poultry, so that is also a thing that we are just creating a non-vegetarian diet for the people. So that is the thing. I guess we have answered your question.
But my question was, there are people who are opting for non-veg more than veg. So if we say that people go vegan or people go vegetarian, you said that there will be a pressure on soil, or there will be pressure on producing vegetarian food. But
yes,
the same thing goes for non-vegetarian. So if we directly say that people opt for vegetarian, according to what I said, the producing of non-veg will also go down, because then there will be no demand for it.
The extra producing will go down, Mehak, but the natural producing can't go down, right? The natural producing.
So not everyone will also go vegetarian, right? People who are eating non-veg will consume the animal which are naturally produced.
Yeah, that is the whole point. That is the whole point of the discussion, that the question is all should be vegetarian or not. You just clarified my point.
Okay. I'll say that the question was answered. If you understood what they said, okay, they were putting the message quite clear that the balance is what is required. Okay, you can't go on one side. Yeah, if Mehak should have put out some facts in front of them, then maybe they were proven wrong, but not right now. Okay. Next question is coming from Adarsh. Adarsh, you have to ask some individual a question from the people who are doing the discussion.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, please introduce and then go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I am Adarsh Srivastav. I was born and brought up in Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh. I'm currently pursuing BCom program from Dayal Singh Evening College, Delhi University. So my question is for Niharika. Like, she was continuously putting up this point that this whole ecosystem, this is natural, or she was saying that she herself is a footballer, so she requires that dose of non-vegetarian food in her diet. I would like to ask her, like, first of all, this is not a natural ecosystem, because if you go and search on the internet, there are various documentaries available like Cowspiracy and many such documentaries by legal or various famous organizations, which show the kind of cruel behavior that is practiced in a lot of poultry farms. And as Vani said, like from the side which was in favor of the argument, that this actually indirectly the whole field of animal agriculture, it leads to global warming because of the kind of greenhouse gases that are emitted, like methane. The kind of animals that we usually eat, that is cow, chicken, and all these animals, these are grazing animals. And they digest their food by releasing a lot of methane, which is a greenhouse gas. So that is the first argument which I would like to say, that even if we think about our own health, like first of all, we have to think about the survival of our species. If our species does not survive because of global warming, then how are we going to even live healthy lives? And as far as, like, there are various athletes like Virat Kohli is there and others as well. Like, there is a documentary on veganism. You can have a look at it. Like, at least you can try to switch to veganism for some time. And if it doesn't suit you, then you always have the option of turning back to non-vegetarian food. And this is not a natural ecosystem, because they are following practices like artificial insemination. They literally put semen into like the private organs of the cow to make them pregnant forcefully, so that she can give more milk and so that she can give birth to more calf, which can then be slaughtered. So that is how they function. They are just, as some other person just said, that they are functioning to supply the demand. They are not like, for example, if one cow was there naturally,
There
one
has
cow
to be a question. There has to be a question. So I think there has
yes.
to be a question. Others.
So my question is, you said this is a natural ecosystem, so that is my question. Like, I don't think this is natural at all.
Okay, you don't think this is natural. As a science student, I have studied this. There needs to be an ecological balance. I'll tell you what that means. There needs to be equal amount of plants and equal amount of animals. If that is not there, we cannot live. Okay, you are saying that animals give gases like methane. During cropping processes, there are insecticides, pesticides, and a lot of other chemicals put into plants, and you think that eating plants that have way more chemicals than animals is okay. And you told me to switch to veganism. I did switch to vegetarianism for some time, but guess what? I have literally written points today that it is difficult to eat enough protein. It made me, like, I could just eat a chicken roll and go off to practice, but if I was a vegetarian, I had to really prepare the food with a lot of effort. Veganism takes a lot of effort in preparing food, and whereas the non-vegetarians, okay, it takes more time, but there are a lot of options available. Eating out in foreign countries, a lot of people, like in America or Europe, 25% people are vegan right now, but they have said this themselves in social experiments. You can go watch them, that when we go out to eat, we don't really have much options of eating, because if we go, we can't really find McDonald's, we can't really find aloo tikki in McDonald's, because that's specially for Indians, because only 36% of Indians are vegetarians currently. So there must be a reason that all the other percent left are non-vegetarians. So you can't just say that someone else's lifestyle who are non-vegetarians is wrong. With this, I rest my case.
Okay, that's it. That's it. 1 minute. I'll put a closure to the other part as well. I don't want to do a long debate on this right now. Others, we can do it tomorrow or some day later. When you said that cows are slaughtered or animals are made to reproduce forcefully, same goes with the land. When you don't have the soil supportive enough to give more crops, but we try to switch different kind of crops in different kind of seasons so that we can bring out as much as possible from that particular soil. And after that, it is no better than a barren land. I'll also continue to just say one more thing here. If you see the farming structure of India today, most of the land on which the farmers are producing crops, is not owned by them. Yes, there is no zamindari system or any such thing, but it is still there that it is not owned by them. Okay, so the point is when they're bringing crops up on that product on that land, the only issue is that the land is not yours. If it turns barren, it is not your concern. It is the concern of the owner of that land. And this particular issue is also supposed to be addressed. Having said that, I also say that I am nowhere in favor of any slaughter of any animal or any land, because both are equally important to us. Yes,
Sir,
Adarsh.
can I just add something?
Yes, please.
Okay, others, you talked about cruelty and things like that. My team never mentioned a point that we support cruelty. We support that animals are treated badly. Okay, there are some animals which we should not eat. For example, dogs. They don't give us much nutrients. They don't give us anything else that we actually need. But whereas animals like poultry or mutton, they actually give us some nutrients that we need in our lives, that we actually need to function. So I think that supporting cruelty is never my agenda, but eating non-veg, it definitely is.
Okay. So we can have a debate further on this later, Adarsh. I'm sorry because of time restrictions, I can't take it right now. I know you have further points. We can continue it next Sunday. Apart from that, I'll just give feedbacks from my friend to all of you now. Okay. I'll tell you, I've always talked about the skill sets of a salesman, right? Sanjay.
Yes, sir.
What is the profession you want to follow for the future?
Sir, I want to follow the hospitality profession.
And what side of the hospitality profession, which we discussed?
So, yes, sir, hotel management.
And what side of hotel management, which department of hotel management?
So I want to go for F&B, food and beverage service.
Okay. When you are in a hospitality industry, what you see across, like I'm saying it to everyone here, what you see across is that you learn a way of communication. Okay.
Yes, sir.
There are few shortcomings even there while he was speaking, which I'll address right now. But I want everyone to understand one thing. I know when he came in for the first day in Gen Z, how he was speaking, there's only a certain scope of improvement which was left. He was good even then. I will not deny. But there was only some scope of improvement which was there. That was maturity in your speech, which, yes, I helped him to get. But the point is, which you all need to understand is that there is some stability which you need when you speak. Right? You need some clarity of thought and some stability. And once you are guys are stable, your words come out clear. It is not always the English. Okay. Sanjay might have better English than me. But the point is, it is just the stability of your thought which puts out the message right. And this thing, Sanjay, you are also only on a 50% level if others are on 25. You have to reach to that 100% level from here. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
that will only come if you will take your emotions and put them right in your pocket. Otherwise, it will
Yes,
not.
sir.
You might have noticed that somewhere while you were speaking, you're getting attached to the topic, what you were speaking. And
Yes, sir, exactly.
that should not happen. That is the feedback to you as an individual. Second, I'll go with Vishti. You did well, but sorry to say it, I'll say it again. Sometimes sweetness costs you. I know it holds multiple meanings for you, but I am here genuinely meaning for debate. Okay, Vishti? So that sweetness will cost you here if you will continue doing that. Okay? The way you let your points get cut, you cannot do that in the future. Okay? Okay, having said that, Vani, you did well. I'll say one thing with no one else to feel disheartened. She was nearly trying to take it all by herself from her side. Ishita was trying to speak, but that is not her fault completely. She did not do her homework well, I would say. But Vani had the knowledge of the subject nearly. That is why she was able to take it forward well. So putting all on one shoulder was tough, but she did it well. It was nearly 5 against 1 or 2 max. Okay. Asta, you need to do your homework well. You were speaking less, and that was not good. Uh, Pragya, I don't think so. You answered to any of the questions. Okay. Okay. Muskan, you were there in the discussion. You were also missing out on putting up more points to the discussion. Niharika, yes, I want to talk to you. Dude, you need to work on your content. Yesterday, I noticed that you went personal. Okay. Today, you went personal. You cannot go personal. Got it? You cannot go personal. Yes, you're in 11th standard. That's fine. I'll just say one thing. You need to get some maturity in your content. I agree with this point. Okay. So you need to come up with better points. And also one thing, Niharika, you will remember me for this advice to you. Give a double thought before speaking on what you're going to speak. If you will make it your mantra from today, you will see a change in yourself in 7 days. Next time when you will come here and do this, you will find a change in yourself. Okay, you will simply find yourself grown up. Okay, with your content. Ishita. Now, Ishita, you speak well, your points go right, but the same problem is there, which I have told you 1,000 times. Once you speak a lot more than you should. Second, you don't have to answer anyone else's question. That will give you minus marks. Okay, as a leader, you need to improve a lot. I hope I have covered everyone. If any, yeah, Priyanshu is left. So if I have to talk about Priyanshu on any end, I will just say one thing to you, Priyanshu. When you came in the end, you covered it well. When you answered when you answered Sahil's question, I think. Okay, you debated well. Okay, but still there are still various scopes of improvement, and one of the scopes which you need to improve on is your command, your voice. It lacks a lot. Okay, you need to work on that. You need to have some heavy modulation in your voice. It is required. I'll say the uh, uh, rhythm, you were good, but I will say one thing, that today if we found a hero outside the debate, Sahil got it. Yes, Sahil, if you ask me for one winner, I'll go with Sahil. Okay, because there has to be a certain kind of, I'll tell you why. There has to be a certain kind of attitude which you need to carry when you do a debate. बस इसका सर सीधा हो जाए वो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरे लिए. वो टेढ़ा ही है और उसको सीधा होना इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज स्टेज पे अच्छा नहीं लगेगा साहिल, ऑन अ वेरी सीरियस नोट. But otherwise, you did well, because what I was noticing with the answer, that attitude was coming in, which was putting the other person in pressure. Guys, everyone, you need to notice this. You are not putting the other person in pressure. That is why I came in the middle and said, "Na, the debate has to happen when one person is answering the other, right? Not adding new dimensions. This is not group discussion. That is what you need to learn." So that attitude is what will put. Yes, one thing more, Sanjay, Vishti, the point which I wanted to tell you was this only. Your sweetness doesn't let you come up with some attitude to answer. Attitude is not in your movement; it is in your voice. He made Priyanshu speak what he wanted to hear, so that he can put a slap on it. That is what you need to do. That is what I do. I'll make you speak. I made Sahil speak what I wanted to hear, so that I can put the sunlight point out. You will not realize it. That is what you need to learn. And there's a long way. That is why we have 365 days. I'll put an end to this way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.